the next measure of central tendency that we're looking at is called the median. So it says another type of average is the median. Essentially, the median is the middle number, or the mean of the two middle numbers. So if there's not a direct middle, what you're going to do is add the two middle numbers together and then divide them by 2. It says in a list of numbers that has been arranged in numeric order from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. So the big thing that I want you to realize here is you do have to arrange them in a numeric order. Okay? It says any list of numbers that is arranged in numeric order from smallest to largest or largest to smallest is a ranked list. So the median is, well, if there's an odd number, then there is a direct middle. If there's an even number, you have to take the two middle numbers, add them together, and divide them by 2. So it says point of interest. The average price of homes in a neighborhood is often stated in terms of the median price of homes that have been sold over a given period of time. The median price, rather than the mean, is used because it is easy to calculate and less sensitive to extreme prices. So anytime, let's think about house sales. Neighborhoods close to our school, you can see homes. There's several homes that are close to our school for probably about 200,000, maybe about 300,000. But if you go shortly away, you might find a home that's $1 million. So think about finding the mean of these numbers. So for instance, if I had a 200,000 or 300,000 or $1 million home, if I added of those together and then divided it by 3, I would have a mean price of $750,000. So that $1 million home is called an outlier. It's a home that's not close to the other prices of the homes. And anytime you have an outlier, whether it be a very low number or a very high number compared to the rest, the mean is a horrible measure of the average. Okay, so the mean is a very horrible measure of average if you have extreme values. So when we present test values in class, I hate using what's the mean value on the test when people say what was the average on the test. It's worthless of giving them the mean because there's always a student or two who do really, really well and a student or two who do extremely, extremely poor. And those extreme values, those outliers, mean the mean is very inaccurate. For instance, in the neighborhoods around our school, a $750,000 home is not even close to the mean value home. It's not even close to the average home. There's a very few select homes that are priced around $1 million, but the vast, vast majority of homes are that $200,000 to $400,000 range. So again, the mean here is totally worthless anytime you have outliers. So the median is one that we like to use. If we want to find the average test score, a median test score would be a better bet. So let's look at this. What do we do anytime we want to find the median? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to remember you have to order it first, and then you have to find the middle. Find the middle. Okay, so I wrote that down. I said order first and then find the middle. So let's give this a try. What I'm going to do is I'm going to order this list. I'm just going to cross everything out as I use it. So I see a 1, a 4, an 8, 9, 12, 14, and a 21. Just to give you an idea of what the heck that part was talking about with even and odd, let's count this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 entries that I see here. This is an odd number, and anytime there are an odd number, there should be an exact middle. So I'm going to show you my scientific method of finding the median. I quite simply cross out the low one and the high one, the next lowest, the next highest, the next lowest, the next highest, and I circle the middle one. Here's me showing work. I just write middle, because that's the middle. That is the median. Okay, so what's the answer? For the first one, the median is 9. Let's look at this next set here. I'm going to go ahead. I know that I'm trying to find the median, which means I need to order the set. So I'm going to write this in order. I see a 23, a 46, a 77, an 89, a 92, and then a 108 if I put that in order. Again, that was 23, 46, 77, 89, 92, and a 108. If you notice here, I have 6 entries, which is an even one. That means I'm not going to have an exact middle. Let's see what happens when that happens. So I cross out the 23 and the 108, the 46 and the 92, and I notice I have 2 middles here, 77 and 89. So what am I going to do with 77 and 89? I add them together. 77 plus 89. I divide it by 2. I throw that in my calculator and I get 83 is the mean of this second set. Let's go ahead and try a couple more examples of mean. Again, you want to put them in order first. So I see a 3, 8, 14, 27, 34, 51 would be next, 64, and then last an 82. Again, I got 3, 8, 14, 27, 34, 51, 64, and 82. I'm going to start crossing them off to find the middle. Cross out 3 and 82, 8 and 64, 14 and 51. Unfortunately, there's 2 middles in this one. Anytime there's 2 middles, simply add them together. 27 plus 34 divided by 2. What's halfway between 27 and 34? The number is 30.5 would be the median of this data set. Let's look at the next one. Has decimal values. Doesn't matter. We're using a calculator anyways. Still need to put them in order though. So I have 11.6. I see 17.2. 21.3, 37.4, and 82.5. I start finding the middle by crossing them off. 11.6, 82.5, 17.2, and 37.4, leaving me with a nice middle here, which is our median of 21.3.